So today we're gonna react to how this Diddy docu series is backfiring on 50 Cent. Let's see what's going on right quick. You know what I'm saying?
This Diddy docuseries that 50 Cent just released on Netflix, documenting how horrible of a human being Diddy is, could be backfiring on 50 Cent. People are taking to social media in droves to call out 50 Cent just as much as they're calling out Diddy. The Diddy docuseries didn't really tell me nothing new about Diddy, and that was one of the critiques. A lot of the stories, to be honest, maybe it's because I watch too much YouTube and I watch too many interviews, but like a lot of the stories I already heard on platforms like Art of the Dialogue, Vlad TV, Street Life TV. Like I already heard a lot of these stories on those platforms, and I been knew Diddy was a terrible human being. I didn't need a 50 Cent docuseries to tell me this, to be honest. But nonetheless, though, even though I didn't find the docuseries all that useful, I'm still not against the docuseries because I do think that terrible people should be exposed. Like bad people should be exposed and should be outed. But the one thing I noticed when it comes to hip hop is abusers, perpetrators, bad people aren't usually met with the expected backlash. Like I expected everybody to watch the docuseries and say, okay, I didn't really learn too much, but I mean, you know, Diddy being outed is a good thing. It's a plus. But instead, what I've been seeing, and maybe it's just my algorithm, what I've been seeing is people taking to social media to criticize 50 Cent for doing a docuseries more than they're criticizing Diddy for all the horrific things they've heard and seen Diddy do. All right. Now, there are two type of people who've been criticizing 50 Cent: street dudes and 50 Cent haters. Right? Street dudes are criticizing 50 Cent because they live by the stupid code of conduct of the streets and they believe that what 50 Cent is doing is snitching and that 50 Cent is trying to put charges on Diddy. Which, if Diddy did half the things that he's been accused of in his documentary, Diddy deserves to rot in a jail cell.
My bad, y'all. I don't think that that's what it is at all. I think that he's just exposing what's already been told. Like you said, in the docuseries, I didn't really see anything that was new that was out there. Now, one thing that 50 is very good with is getting a bag. And that's all I feel like it was. I feel like he's just getting a bag. It's not no new information that was really out. The only thing that really tricked that really like surprised me was the new footage that he had. It was the new footage that, like, how on earth did he get his hands on footage that was recorded 6 days or 5 days before Diddy was sentenced? I don't know. Some people saying that it was a young cameraman and he just sold the footage to the highest bidder, which just happens to be 50 Cent. But either way, I don't see 50 Cent as snitching on this joint. And I don't know if it's my algorithm, but I ain't seen nobody in my algorithm talking about he was a snitch. He's just doing what he been do. Did he? I mean, 50 is a freaking troll. He's a walking troll. He's gonna troll the shit out of you, and if you disrespect him, he's gonna troll you for years. We all seen it.
Yo, my honest opinion about the Diddy documentary, 50 on some criminal. Yo, my honest opinion about the Diddy documentary, 50 on some criminal. It's fair and balanced. How? This nigga trying to incriminate nigga on charges. Like, what's wrong with y'all?
He's a Diddy supporter.
Where I'm from, that's dry snitching. And we don't applaud it.
There's very few times that understanding why everyone, literally everyone on the face of the planet, everyone, there's not a soul I know who don't despise and hate street dudes. This is one of the rare times where it's self-explanatory, bruh. All right, we're talking about things that have to do with domestic violence, things that have to do with damn near murder for hire, things that have to do with horrific things that have to do with grape, assaults, right? Snatching cootie cat and mill butt. Things that are just degenerate, deviancy. And the first thing that goes in your mind is, oh, nah, that's snitching, cuz. Oh, nah, that's
Exactly.
snitching, blood. Oh, nah, you can't work with the white man. Man, cut it out, bruh. 50 Cent is a 50-year-old multi-millionaire, 100 millionaire, bro. You think he worried about the street code? Also, 50 Cent got a team. his team put this together. His team found the clips. His team conducted an interview. 50 Cent is just like the project manager. 50 Cent did no snitching in this, bro. 50 Cent was the project manager. His team put this together. Now you're saying if you were ever in the streets at some point, bro, 50 probably ain't been in the streets like what, like 30 years? If you were ever in the street at some point in your life, you can no longer transition in any other avenues. So this 20-year-old boy, let's say, who's in the hood right now, or let's say him, because right now you a dusty street dude. Does that mean you have to be a dusty street dude your entire life? You'll probably be a dusty street dude your entire life, but do you have to be? You could transition from out of this dusty phaser, and you could do movies one day. You could work with Netflix one day. You could do certain things. You could spearhead.
He don't believe that. See, certain people that just want to troll on the internet. He don't believe that he could do what you telling him he could do. That's the thing. Certain people just want to be around people so they could become one nigga. You don't even believe that you cool. You don't know that you cool already. He doesn't believe that. My brother, he does not believe that. That's why he's saying somebody's dry snitching on somebody that's already been convicted. He's convicted already. This is public information.
A project. I thought the rules to the streets was you can't talk to the police or give the police information. Now you guys is extending that, man, to make life just almost impossible for anybody who was ever in the streets. But people are not falling for it no more, bro. All right, people are waking up.
And I know niggas gonna be like, oh, nah, that's a business move. That nigga bitter because Diddy had his baby moms and was taking care of his kid. Y'all be glorifying 50 like he be doing real shit. This is the same got to leave his kids for dead. But y'all be sitting up here bashing y'all baby father.
Yo, this nigga remind me of DJ Academics, man. Just talking a whole bunch of bullshit. And you was probably never in the streets. You just got the look down pack, bro.
Or bashing that do that. And this out here worrying about Diddy. Like, it ain't that much hate you got for to be really putting you, like, waking up and really worrying about another. Buying information. Like, you putting too much time in it. You must be really wanting to go shopping. Because you put mad time into this life. Worrying about what this like. It ain't that much hate because a nigga said they want to take you shopping. I guarantee a white nigga probably served worse. Like, that shit is unbiased, nigga. That shit is not balanced, nigga. Like, he trying to incriminate that, and y'all up here applauding that shit. Like, and I see real
incriminate
niggas like,
what? He's already
50 documentary so fire. Yeah, this, Biggie this, Tupac this. Like, y'all niggas is crazy. Like, for real.
These the type of Neanderthals when you ask them, hey, bro, yo, if a dude who touched kids lived next door to you, what would you do? Would you tell the police you know he's touching kids? These are the type of Neanderthals obsessed with being so soft. They will look you dead in your eyes and tell you, nah, bro, I ain't never snitching. I don't care what happened. I ain't never talking to the police. I ain't never talking to the police. I'll just up and move. I'll just up and leave, right? I'll just up and go before I tell the police. Excuse me? It's telling because you are notifying the police that somebody touching this. There's no reason to rationalizing with people like this, right? They're just too small brain. Now, this is coming from me, who y'all know I am public. I got backlash for saying I don't believe that Diddy should have gotten charged with the RICO. But because I said that, people misunderstood me saying free Diddy. Like, fam, it was free Diddy from the RICO because he ain't do the RICO. The RICO was a crazy charge. But am I living under this delusion that Diddy is a good person? Absolutely not. Diddy is a terrible human being. He's terribly horrific. But then there's the people who believe that 50 Cent is just as terrible. And they believe that 50 Cent doing this is hypocritical, and people supporting 50 Cent doing this is hypocritical. Because if y'all have a problem with Diddy, right, y'all should also have a problem with 50 Cent according to them.
I'm not interested in a not kind, ill-intentioned man, harmful man doing a documentary, producing a documentary about another unkind, ill-intentioned, harmful man. 50 Cent making a documentary about Sean Combs is not about him amplifying the stories of people he victimized, or it's not even about him really giving a fuck about people who experience sexual harm. This is the man. Yeah, Tierra Marie played and all that other stuff, but for me, with the 50 Cent Tierra Marie thing, it got to the point where it was like ugly, nasty bullying. 50 Cent don't give a fuck about black women.
Tierra Marie accused 50 Cent of sharing revenge porn. You don't know that video?
Yo, see, the one thing that's getting me tight, bro, is because way before this Diddy documentary came out, there's literally it's several documentaries of Diddy on Tubi right now. There's even more documentaries of Diddy on YouTube made by white people, made by who the fuck ever. But just because 50 Cent did it, now niggas got a problem with it? So y'all didn't care when the other niggas was making bread off of it. But since a black man come out of nowhere and he ain't even put no new information out there. He did the same thing that everybody else did. He just got the bag, so he put it on Netflix. That's it. If you go to Tubi right now, you will see the downfall of Diddy, the downfall of Diddy 2, the downfall of Diddy 3. Diddy linked to Tupac, Diddy linked to Biggie. They cut it up so much that it's so many. But y'all not even talking about that. Those was the ones even before he got convicted that was really trying to like troll off of the fact that he was a bad person. Just because he put the shit on Netflix now and it's 50 Cent doing it. See, this is a prime example of black people just wanting to tear black people down. And I think that niggas just do it unconsciously. I think that is just so embedded in certain people's brains to where they like, all right, well, it's kind of like when Nipsey said, when you look on the other side of the track, you're going to pass up the guy that's square. You're going to pass up the guy that's not your complexion. As soon as you see somebody that walk like you, talk like you, got the same swag as you, you're going to go, that's him right there. Let's get him. Let's get that. Let's get him right there, that nigga. Why, bruh? Why? That shit is diabolical when you think about it, for real, because it makes no sense.
Of Tierra Marie giving fellatio sloppy toppy to an unidentifiable man. She claims that 50 Cent leaked that. 50 Cent said he didn't leak it at all. They went to court. 50 Cent was proved innocent. And Tierra Marie owes 50 Cent, I believe, like $50,000 right now from legal fees. So I don't understand how you could use that situation like to prove that 50 Cent don't care about black women. Like the reason why they're saying that, and I've heard this brain rot theory before, they're claiming that because 50 Cent is enforcing and going after his $50,000, knowing Tierra Marie don't have the $50,000 to give, and her life right now is in shambles, that 50 Cent is a bully. Listen, bro, I got nothing against Tierra Marie. Right? I don't know that woman. Right? I always found her hella attractive, I'll be real. But that man going after his legal fees isn't bullying. That man demanding that she pays and holding her accountable and exhausting the lengths he go towards to hold her accountable is not bullying.
He don't give a fuck about women at all. He don't give a fuck about his children. The biracial looking child is barely hanging on. Whatever Curtis went through, there's a lot happening there. He's the rap mother Brian McKnight. But that being said, I don't want that story from him because you need your own documentary. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the other thing that's funny to me is that 50 Cent went out of his way to silence like the mother of his children from telling stories and being on platforms. This is him having a messy get back. And then the Today Show and are interviewing him like he's some Patronus of valor or something like that. He's a trifling ass person. Even the whole BMF thing, it's like, you cancel that show, you ate off of this formerly incarcerated, essentially elderly black man, and he gets out, and his son barely know how to wash his ass, right? You're finally supporting the family about getting opportunities, and like, over your years-long beef with this is all a circle jerk of ain't shit niggas. And I don't need a Discovery Go piece of media from any of them. I would just like them to go away.
Even if we concede or if we go with whatever they're saying, because I don't know exactly what they are, to be honest, but whatever they're saying, if we go along with it and say, hey, 50 Cent's a bad person too, okay, does that mean a murderer can't report a murder taking place? Does that mean a rapist is not allowed to report a rape? Right? Does that mean, I don't know, right? A pedo can't report a kid being touched? Like, I don't understand where this line gets drawn at. Aren't bad people allowed to report other bad people for committing crimes? Now, if you have a problem with the celebration of 50 Cent, then we could probably have that discussion. Now, like, the critiques is cool, but I do feel like the biggest blowback from this, right, or the biggest, I don't know, man, like where I see it backfiring the most is the accuracy. Now, 50 Cent obviously didn't do the research himself. 50 Cent hired people to do that, and people are coming with their own stories, and they're telling stories from their perspective. However, there are media outlets like The Breakfast Club who are fact-checking a couple of things that was said during the docuseries, and those fact checks is coming back like those things are not 100% truthful. Diddy has already sent a cease and desist to Netflix. So if 50 Cent included anything in that docuseries that wasn't truthful, Diddy might do the 50 to 50, right? Sue and get that bag out of him.
Alrighty, y'all. So yesterday I was able to speak to Wayne Burrow, who worked with Miss Violetta Wallace, who is the mother of Biggie Smalls and managing her son's estate. Now he reached out to me, or I reached out to him, and then he was like, "Okay, I'm willing to get on the phone with you," because he says that a lot of people have been blowing them up following this documentary. And he wanted to speak out, and he made it clear that this is on behalf of Miss Violetta Wallace. He says there are a few allegations that he wanted to address from the doc. So number one, there's this allegation from the documentary that Diddy used Biggie's record label deal, or his own money, Biggie's own money, to pay for Biggie's funeral. So Wayne tells me that that is completely not true, that he himself officiated the funeral and planned it along with Kirk Burrows, who is in the documentary, Bad Boy staff, and that Bad Boy paid for everything. At no point was there any indication that on any royalty statement that this would be coming from Biggie's account. So the family never paid for anything in regards to the funeral. He said Bad Boy and Diddy covered everything from the cars to the police to the funeral itself, and they wanted to make that clear. And he also says that it's disrespectful that anybody would even imply that, you know, Miss Wallace, Biggie's mom, or any of his close friends would even be that naive to allow something like that to happen and not catch it as they're watching the royalty statements and just different things that are coming in. He also talked to me a bit about the contract conversation. So there is a claim in the doc, and this has been a claim that's been circulating for some time, that right before Biggie's passing, there was an issue with contract negotiations between Diddy and Biggie Smalls. He says that that is completely not true as well. He says that life after death was already done, so there was no contract negotiations happening. He says based on the sales and of the records and how everything was moving, Biggie had already recouped. So at that point, there was nothing to be talked about. But they did go back into a negotiation because they put out more music following the death of Biggie Smalls, and the conversation they had then was just about how that would happen and, you know, how splits would be. But that whole conversation around the contract and there being an issue with that as well, there's nothing to talk about. He says the contract was the contract and people just need to leave it at that.
And Barrow is Biggie's friend. He also managed Biggie at one point. He owned a remember that the what was it called? Oh, Jesus Christ. By Storm Entertainment. That's what they ran, which was a management company. I think they managed Shine at one point. They managed Nas at one point. I managed, of course, B.I.G. So he would know, right?
You mean Wayne Burrow?
Wayne Burrow.
Yes. Yeah, so he would know.
It'll also be interesting too to see like legally how this play out, because the person who told the story that Diddy used Biggie's estate to pay for his particular funeral, and he was also alluding to the fact that Diddy might have wanted Biggie dead, and that Diddy told Biggie to stay in LA, you know, longer than Biggie wanted to stay, and when Biggie stayed longer, he ultimately got killed. They were alluding to Diddy got Biggie killed, but these are stories being told by individual people who are telling their story, who are telling what they believe. So does that fall back on Netflix? Because Netflix is not the one making the accusations per se. When Netflix steps in, or when the narrator steps in, they're just narrating. But the individual people are the ones who are telling the story. So do he sue those people or do he sue Netflix and 50? Who knows, right? But y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this, man? Do y'all believe that 50 Cent is the wrong messenger? Do you have a problem with 50 Cent being in charge of this docuseries? Let me know. And if you're still watching this video and want to
I damn sure don't got a problem with 50 Cent being the messenger. Not just because I'm a fan of 50 Cent. I also know that, but I'm a fan of his music. Nobody's perfect. Like people kept talking about his kids and how he leaves his kids for dead and this and that. Hey, listen, man. I feel like this is just another case of if I got money and I'm black and I'm making noise, it's almost inevitable that my own people is gonna pull me back down. And that's just crazy. In the world that we live in today, that is so prevalent. And I hate that among us, bro. I really, really do. Because, like I said before, there's numerous documentaries out there on Diddy. This documentary literally showed nothing more that we already knew. Nothing more, especially for the people that's on YouTube all the time and on just watching TV and shit. It's been out there. There was no new incriminating news out there. I feel like these are just broke people trying to talk about a broke situation, honestly. Because if he's the wrong messenger talking about a wrong messenger, then who the fuck is in the right, period? You know what I'm saying? So everybody just loves to watch this circle of hate just go around. But hey, listen, what am I? You know what I'm saying? I'm just your local new YouTuber. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel, man. Wabble dee dabble dee. It costs nothing to show love. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna see y'all in the next video, man.